carrying on with this theme, Reb Nosson points us to a pasuk in Shir HaShirim. The pasuk tells us, Shchayra ani v'nava. I am black, I am darkened, v'nava, but I am beautiful. And the Medrash comments and it says, you know what it means when it says I am black? What does that mean? I'm darkened, I'm dirtied. Shchayra ani, says the Medrash, b'maiseh ha'egel. In the Likutei, all of Am Yisrael, only a few weeks after Matan Torah, Am Yisrael are going ahead and building an idol and completely shattering the relationship that they had with the Kodesh Baruch Hu. That's Shchayra Ani, that's what that's a reference to. V'nava, and I am beautiful, Zu Maisa HaMishkan. This is a reference to the Maisa HaMishkan, the building of the Mishkan that happened afterwards. Says Reb Nosson, you know what's going on over here? He says, we said in the last recording, you know what it means to fall asleep. David HaMelech makes a reference to Shechavte va'ishana, I laid down, I went to sleep. After the pasuk where he says, Rabim oimrim lanafshi, many people are saying to my soul, Ein Yeshua salei belikim seli, you have no hope. Says Reb Nosson, do you think there was ever a Jew who felt more hopeless than the Jews felt after Likutei Egel? HaKadosh Baruch Hu had just revealed himself to them on our Sinai, the greatest revelation in history. And a few weeks later, they're going around and they're doing not just any avera, but the worst avera, the second commandment, Lo yeh lecha elehim acherim al panai. How could that be? Imagine how sad they felt, what they did, how they fell from such a height to such a depth. Surely they felt so sad and so hopeless, and that they mamish heard this voice of the nachash, of the serpent, whispering, you have no hope, you have no hope. And that's shchayr ani b'maseh ha'egel, how darkened they felt by the maseh ha'egel. But Reb Nosson says, you know what v'nava means? V'nava, they recognized through this teaching of the tzaddik of Rabbi Nachman that Moshe Rabbeinu was helping them to rediscover the truth, that they had a chelek alakami mala inside of them. They had a spark, an essential spark, an essential, ever-present spark of the divine inside of them, that they were able to recognize, hakitzaisi, that even though they had fallen asleep, shchayrani, but hakitzaisi, they were able to wake up, ki Hashem yismecheni, because that chelek alakami mala inside of them, that nekuda tova, that drop of good, was awakening them. So even though they said shchayra ani, but right after they said, well, it doesn't matter, because v'nava, I'm never going to give up hope. Okay, tshuva needs to be done. I need to rectify my actions. I need to start to live in alignment with my true essence and bring that out and reveal it and let it shine. That's for sure true. But I'm never ever going to give up. I'm never going to fall asleep and stay comatose in a slumber. Ani yashena. There might be a part of me that's asleep, but v'libi er, but my heart is awake. And so shchayra ani b'maiseh egel, even though I'm dirtied by the egel, Am Yisrael had this incredible infusion of chizuk, where they were able to say v'nava b'maseh Mishkan. They said we're beautiful, and they demonstrated this in the construction of the Mishkan, where every single member of Am Yisrael, kol nediv liba yiviyeha, they all brought a heartfelt contribution. They all brought their own special nekuda tova, because every single Jew has their own unique spark, their own special spark of holiness. And that's what the Mishkan was composed, says Reb Nosson. The whole Mishkan was built out of the unique, beautiful, special, holy contribution of each and every Jew. That was an aspect of their nekuda tova. That even though shchayrani b'maseh egel, b'v'nava b'maseh hamishkan, this is the way that Am Yisrael were able to survive. Even though they had fallen asleep, even though Rabim Oimrim Lanafshe Ein Yeshua Belikim Sela, they had no hope anymore, and the Yitzhar is telling them, give up, give up, give up. Shchayra ani b'maseh ha'egel, but v'nava b'maseh ha'mishkan. Says Reb Nosson, this is what we should feel when we wake up in the morning. You know, you wake up in the morning is bright, the morning is light. Okay, here in London a little bit less so, fair, right? But generally speaking, especially in relation to the nighttime, well, if you wake up late enough also, that's also a fair point. Okay, fine, but let's say in the summer, a person wakes up and it's bright and it's light, and that, says Reb Nosson, is an aspect of the midah of chesed. That's the midah of chesed, that even though the night was so dark and it was so cold, but all of a sudden the sun rises in the morning. That's an aspect of the revelation of the trait, the midah of chesed, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's rachamim, that's forever, forever, forever. Bechemla, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives back our neshama with mercy. And Reb Nosson says, well, whose midah is the midah of the morning, which is chesed? It's Avram Avinu. Because Avram Avinu is the Midah of Chesed. That's why it says, Vayashkem Avraham Baboiker. Avram is connected to the concept of the morning, to the concept of something that's bright and shining. That's Avram Avinu. Says Reb Nosson, because Avram Avinu was a literal, in a spiritual sense, he was a mamash, a morning person, because his whole being, his whole essence was morning. He was always, not like morning, M-O-U-R, he wasn't sad. He was a morning person, right? He was all about the day. And he was all about finding that shining morning within each and every person, despite, no matter how dark the night appeared in that person's life. Says Reb Nosson, that's why Avram Avinu was able to be Mekarev everybody. He was Megayer Geirev on Nefesh Asher Asa B'chara, and Avram Avinu brought people close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Al Tikra Vayikra Ela Vayakre. He didn't just call out in the name of God, he caused other people to call out in the name of God. You know why? Because Avram Avinu's Midah was a morning Midah. It was a waking up Midah. He was able to find that wakefulness within each and every person, that even though on the surface it looked like the Bechina, the aspect of Ani Yeshena, that person was asleep, Avram Avinu, the boiker of Avram, the morning person, Avram Vayashkim, Avram Baboiker, he was able to look and find that place where Velibi Er, where each and every person is awake, and each and every person has a unique contribution. And the Mishkan of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi is built out of the unique contribution of each person. Nobody's perfect, nobody needs to be perfect, but every person needs to recognize their spark, that even though Shchayr Ani B'Maseh Egel, but V'Nava B'Maseh Ani Haben ואתה האב שלי שכל כך אוהב אותי האב שלי מלך חי וקיים על כל נשימה שאני